Was Anthony Edwards robbed of an all-star starting spot? Alright, now before I get to doing the video, I want to say a couple things. Guys, we're creeping up on 800 subscribers. I think I'm about like 9 away. So y'all go ahead and hit that subscription button down below. Because if you enjoyed this video, you might as well leave a like on this video. And if you enjoyed this video, you're going to enjoy the rest of my videos. They're all kind of under the same format. And I'll be updating and doing stuff like this all season. And with the trade deadline coming up, hopefully we see a big name trade. I'll be able to make some reactionary type video. So if you enjoy that type of stuff, go ahead, leave a like, go ahead, subscribe, and let's get to 800. But that's all I got. Let's get back to the video. Man, so yesterday was a pretty significant day. The all-star starters of the NBA were released, as you can see in front of me, right? And for the Eastern Conference, I mean, there really isn't, at least for me, much pushback. Cade Cunningham, Tyrese Maxey, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Jalen Brunson, and Jaylen Brown. I'm not gonna say I'm actually kind of surprised that Jaylen Brown made the starter. Not that I don't think he's not deserving of a starting spot. I think Jaylen Brown has been a MVP type level player this year, but I just didn't expect for people to vote for him, to put him up that high, even though he is having such a special season. I mean, all of these guys up here are having special seasons. That's why they're all-star starters, right? Like, duh, what the fuck? But anyways, yeah, now this is what is expected. I mean, Cade Cunningham has been one of the best guards, if not the best guard in the entire NBA this year. For sure, one of the best guard, for sure the best guard in the Eastern Conference, if you ask me. Tyrese Maxey he's exploding to the scene. I think we have to start, if he can continue this into next year, I think we have to start having serious conversations about him reaching that superstar status. I think so. I mean, if he can continue the type of play he's having this year, I think it is worth talking about, is Tyrese Maxey a superstar? I don't have to say much about Giannis. I don't even want to talk about Giannis anymore because of this whole trade situation. But then, of course, after Giannis, you got Jalen Brunson and Jaylen Brown. I already talked about Jaylen Brown. Jalen Brunson has been Jalen Brunson. But we're definitely going to talk about the Knicks a little bit later. Now, when it comes to the West, here's where some of the controversy starts to come in. Shea, Jokic, Luka, Curry, Wemby. And here's the thing. Not to say none of these guys are deserving of a starting spot, but for me personally, I think Anthony Edwards should have made this spot. Now, they say Wemby won a tiebreaker over Edwards for a starting spot here, because I think they are positionless, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, Anthony Edwards, Vic beat Ant with the media and the fans, which is kind of makes sense, I guess. I don't really know how they went about, like, yeah, I guess Vic winning that fan vote really like took the cake, which makes sense. I mean, I get, like, it makes sense. But in my opinion, and we're about to talk about Anthony Edwards next and what he did against Victor Wembanyama, I think Anthony Edwards, for my money, has been the the third best guard in the NBA, I mean, in the Western Conference this season, really in the NBA. I'll take Shea over him. I think he has an argument versus Luka personally, but I'm not mad if you take Luka over him. But I think him and Cade are neck and neck. And for my money, because of what Anthony Edwards gives you defensively and how much of a shooting gap he has over Cade Cunningham, I'm taking Anthony Edwards. I am taking Anthony Edwards, which is why, yes, Shea is cool, Luke is cool, but I think he's been better than Curry. I think he has been better than Curry, but Curry has so much respect. I mean, second in the player vote, third in the fan vote, sixth in the media vote. I mean, Ant wasn't going to be able to outdo Curry, but I think for my money that Anthony Edwards has been a better basketball player than Stephen Curry this year. And I think he's also been more healthy and more durable. So that's really my immediate reaction to the All-Star stars. Now, don't get me wrong, I think all of these guys are deserving. I'm not saying any of these are outrageous, but that's just, if I was putting my money in it, who I would put in there. Now, if we're talking about the big thing of this, is the fact that you notice one name here, it's not typically here, that's none other than LeBron James. And I really don't want to spend too much time on it. LeBron James is not worthy of a starting spot this season. All-Star spot, yeah, you could argue. I wouldn't be mad if he's probably going to make the All-Star depending on like what the voting came out to be. Because last time I checked the fan voting, I don't even think he was top 8 or top 9. But yeah, I mean, LeBron James is not worth the starting spot. He has not been a starting caliber player this year. He actually hadn't even played a good amount of the season. He's old. It's okay. His 21-year streak is over. It's all right, LeBron. You're just not that no more. Now, speaking of the guy I was just talking about, Anthony Edwards versus Victor Wembanyama. I mean, bro, this right here is the type of games that make me sit back and say, yo, Anthony Edwards, you are special. You are a top 5 player in the NBA. And I think he's creeping in that range, actually. For my money, I think he's creeping into that range. I mean, 19 for 33 from the field. 57% from the field. 9 of 16 from 3. 8 for 10 from free throw line. Bro, 55 points. 55 points? Making over half of his shots? That's impressive. That is something that you have to commend Anthony Edwards for. And like, even when I watched this game down the stretch, man, Anthony Edwards was definitely performing. Now, I can't click on the highlight because if I click on the highlight, it's gonna like black it out, which it is what it is. But Anthony Edwards has been really impressive this season. Now, here's the thing about Vic. What Matt Johnson say? You gotta get him back. You gotta get him back. 39 points. 39 points. 9 rebounds. How many blocks? 2 blocks. Vic had a game of his own, and these are the type of clashes that make you want to sit back and say, wow, I want to see 7 games of this. I want to see 7 games of Anthony Edwards and Victor Wembanyama going at it. Like, just straight on, yo, like I hate you, nigga, let's die type shit in GTA. There was a sequence towards the end of the game where Anthony Edwards, he hits a little mid-range, Vic gets a little mid-range. Ant hits a 3, Vic hits a 3. Ant comes back, I think he hit like some crazy shot. I don't know if Vic came back and hit a crazy shot. But they were legitimately going back and forth at each other. And that's what you expect from 2 of the top stars in the NBA. That's what you expect. In a game like this, I mean, this is absolute cinema, bro. They both performed extremely well in this game. Extremely well. And it's a game that came down to the wire. The Spurs will end up winning. But shoot, listen, Minnesota's already down by a lot, if I'm not mistaken. I think, I don't know how many points they were down. Yeah, they went on a 40-27 run in the third quarter and opened the fourth on a 9-2 run. But yeah, so this was a close game. Well, not a close game. This was a game where San Antonio had control. Anthony Edwards ended up taking over 55 fucking points. And, I mean, the Timberwolves unfortunately ended up losing. It was just too late. But I definitely want to see 5 games of this, bro. This is a very impressive game. And this is the type of game, for me personally, this is the type of game that makes me like very ecstatic about the young core. This is a game that makes me sit up here and be like, wow, like the young guys in the NBA, they got next. Now, speaking of the older guys in the NBA, we got some unfortunate news. Yesterday, Jimmy Butler, he I forgot. I think what did he do? He went up, he caught a pass in the paint, and he went up to catch the pass, and he came down hard after a collision. He came down and his knee buckled, as you can see right here, and he was grabbing his knee, as you can see, like right here in this like thumbnail. And when he was walking off, I saw the video, like he wasn't able to put any type of pressure like on his knee. He couldn't do anything. No pressure on that knee. Couldn't walk back. Had to be escorted by people. And yeah. And it was reported earlier today that Jimmy Butler will miss the remainder of the season with a torn right ACL. ACL, big injury. One that he could probably come back from. Probably not the Jimmy Butler that we know. But Jimmy Butler, luckily, his game is not one that's predicated on athleticism and all these different types of things. But this is the issue that I have with this Golden State roster. You have an injury like this to Jimmy Butler, and it's like, what the fuck do you guys do now? Like, now that Jimmy Butler is out, what do you guys want to do? Because honestly, outside of Curry and Jimmy, don't care about Draymond. this roster really didn't have much promise on it. There really wasn't even a lot. The Warriors weren't even performing that good with Curry and Jimmy playing. But the fact that your roster, now we have to look at your roster that is already not that good. Everything shifts now because you have Jimmy out. You're 25-19. You're 8th in the Western Conference. It's just not gonna cut it, bro. And it's kind of embarrassing. Like, if you're a Warriors fan, how do you feel? If I was a Warriors fan personally, as a fan of Stephen Curry, I'm pissed off. Like, the Warriors have done so bad with putting a competent team and putting competent teammates around Stephen Curry and maximizing the later years of his prime. Like, after they won in 2021, I mean, my goodness, can you do a worse job of building a team around Stephen Curry? Sheesh, like, these dudes are ass. And then when you have a team, like I've said, like, I don't know, probably my third time said it, that is, when the foundation of your team is old players, Jimmy Butler's like 36, Stephen Curry's like 36, 37, Draymond Green who's 30, whatever. You have all these old players, and outside of them, like, bro, who are you going to look at? Pods? Fuck. Kuminga wants to leave. Pat Spencer? Fuck. Like, what? What if they're really to look forward to? And then, you know, the worst case scenario where you're already not really doing so well in a stacked Western Conference and your second best player goes out for the rest of the season with the ACL, you kind of got to look around like, holy shit, what do we do next? What do we do next? And I don't even know, I don't really know, like, how all of the trade and shit like that works, but I hope Golden State has their first round pick this year because, I just need to give up the season, throw in the towel. And I hate to say that, to waste another year of Steph Curry's prime. But, I mean, at this point, man, you just have to kind of look at what's going on after Stephen Curry. Because as of right now, I wouldn't put any money on the Warriors being legit contenders in the NBA. No time soon. No time soon. Curry can't do it by himself. Curry's might try. He's going to try. I mean, he's Stephen fucking Curry. He's an all-star starter. But he's not going to be able to do it, bro. He's not going to be able to sustain that level of success. And let's be honest, teams are going to start predicating towards Curry. They're going to focus on Curry because they're going to be like, Potts, you can't do shit. Draymond, you can't do shit. Buddy, you can't do shit. We're not scared of any of y'all. And they're going to be right. They're going to be right, bro. So, yeah. I mean, hopefully, y'all can just throw in the towel and give up the season. Hopefully, y'all can do something around Stephen Curry. But now, next, y'all know I'm kind of excited about this one. I just want to talk about the Wizards a little bit, bro, personally. You look at the record, we're ass. Like, we're one of the worst teams in the league. But I'm excited about this team. It's hard for me not to be excited about this team, especially considering the way they have played recently. I mean, Trey Johnson in this last couple of games has looked pretty good to me. He has shown us that he is a three-point shooting guy that we all thought he could be. 15, 4, it happens. 1 for 10 from the field. You're a rookie. You couldn't make a 3. Cool. You couldn't throw a ball in the ocean if you wanted. But that's okay. 15 points, 4, 18, 10, 19. I like seeing these, bro. I like seeing these, especially in this 19. Yeah, I think this game, he was the leading scorer. And he played pretty well. Like, he played pretty well in this game. And I really just like what I've seen from Trey Johnson recently, bro. I really do. I'm starting to see him come together. I'm starting to see his assist numbers kind of improve a little bit. Obviously, like, when I look at a Trey Johnson, I'm not looking at him as a guy who's like a number one ball handler, who can, James Harden type of guy who can, like, get all these assists and stuff like that. But, bro, he has looked really good with the ball in his hands, and he's starting to gain some confidence. But of course, he's not the only guy. I mean, shit. Do I have to bring him up? Do I have to bring him up again? Keyshawn motherfucking George. You see what he did versus Denver. 29, 50% from the field, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, 3 blocks. I mean, come on, bro. Last night, 18 points. I mean, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. I mean, come on, bro. This is why I'm so excited about this team. Because it doesn't look like Trey Young is going to be back anytime soon. I think they just going to I think the goal is for him to just sit up here and rehab and, like, just take care of his body so that when he does come back, he's full health. But, I mean, shoot, so far, like, I don't want him back. I want us to go ahead and focus on getting this top pick. And I want us to go ahead and kind of start to move into this next phase of this rebuild. I think we have some legit guys. Trey Young, nigga Trey Johnson, Keyshawn George, Alex fucking Sarr. Alex Sarr. God damn, I can't believe I didn't mention Alex Sarr. One of the youngest players on this team. All these guys, I think they're legit players. I think a guy like Will Riley also can show us that he is a legit baller as well. And I'm just excited for us to be able to have these guys on the court, put it together, and then see whoever we bring in the draft. Because listen, don't look at the record now. Don't look at the record now. But I think with the off season, also, I don't know what's going to happen like in the off season, like in terms of like what type of moves can be made in the front office and all these different types of things. But this record is not indicative of how good this team is. I think this is a very solid Wizards team that we're just young, bro. We're young. We're messing up, but we're competing. I mean, we beat the Knicks by, I don't know how many points, like 17 points. Yeah. Had a close game. No, shoot. Wrong game. Yeah, we beat the Knicks. Dang, we played the Knicks one of these games. Am I tweaking? Damn, I might be tweaking, bro. I'm tweaking. I'm thinking of another team. But anyways, we've had some close games versus some very competitive teams. Lost to the Clippers by 4. Lose to the Denver Nuggets by 6. Clippers by 13. Lose to the Suns by a good amount. But we've had games, and in these games, we've shown flashes of like, hey, you know, this Wizards team, you should look out for them. And that's all I'm saying. Look out for the Wizards very, very soon. Now, speaking of the New York Knicks, we had a report come out in an article. Now, I'm not going to pull up the article because I don't want to have to, like, show y'all where it is. But this is very interesting. Knicks players haven't fully bought into their roles under Mike Brown per Ian Begley. Hope I pronounced your last name right. In digging around on this, one theme that's come up consistently over the past couple of weeks, this group is not tied together in a way that their early season success would suggest. Players haven't fully bought into their roles under Coach Mike Brown. Now, here's the thing. You can kind of tell, and Ashley Nicole Moss actually made like a great point in it, and I can bring that up in a minute. But the Knicks are a team who at one point, I don't know if they still are, but I know for sure at one point they were second. Yeah, they're not second in the Eastern Conference anymore. And as of recent, I mean, this team has been kind of struggling a little bit. 4-game losing streak. Losing to teams like Sacramento, Golden State, Phoenix, and Dallas. Damn. It's not something you really want from a New York Knicks team, like really in their last couple of games. I mean, shit, they only have 2 wins in their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. In their last 11 games, they only have 2 wins. And only one, I don't know how many of these teams are over 500, but all of these teams are teams that the New York Knicks should be beating. But of course, Knicks players haven't fully, this group is not tied together in a way that their early season success would suggest. And players haven't fully brought into their roles under head coach Mike Brown. Those reasons are cited often when you talk to people about the Knicks' flaws. And this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. How do you want a change? You want a new offense. An offense that honestly gets a lot of these players involved. The offensive system that at times it does kind of revert back to Jalen Brunson just in the corner, but I promise you it's way more dynamic, has way more creation than it did when you were under Tom fucking Thibodeau. And y'all are sitting up here complaining. Y'all are sitting up here talking about y'all aren't fully bought into their roles under Mike Brown. You, after just seeing what the fuck he had the Kings on a couple years ago, y'all aren't fully brought in. I don't really understand how you could be like that as a player. And then, like I said, it kind of feeds into this right here. If this is true, this is on the players. You can't want to change, get a change, and not commit to the change. If you want to do the same things, you're going to get the same results. It's that simple. And that's one of the best ways you can put it. You want to be a team that people are looking at as final contenders, that people are looking at as legit contenders. Y'all can challenge people like the Thunder, the Spurs, the Pistons, the Celtics with Jason Tatum back. And not to say y'all can't. Y'all have the talent. But shit, if y'all doing shit like this, I mean, you can't. You can't. If you can't buy into the roles that one of the best or better offensive minds in the entire NBA has for you, you cannot think that you're going to sit up here and just go in the playoffs, turn the switch, flip a switch, and just be on everyone's ass. You're not. Be honest with you, you are not. Knicks have to get it together. They have to get it together. And that is evident by, like I said, when you look at their last couple of games. I mean, 2 wins in your last 11 games. That's piss poor. That is piss poor, not especially from a team like the New York Knicks. Now, the Knicks potentially could be looking at some moves, which you have right here. The Knicks are considering trading Karl-Anthony Towns and have discussed potential deals with the Magic, Hornets, and Grizzlies. Now, what you're getting for Karl-Anthony Towns, I don't know. But I'm not mad at the idea of trading Karl-Anthony Towns because I love Karl-Anthony Towns. I think he's a great talent. I think he is very entertaining on the floor. It's just at times it can be frustrating. There are certain times where it's clear he's not giving his full effort on either side of the floor, but specifically defensive side of the floor. There's times where he's just being soft. He's not really being aggressive. He's letting people kind of body him around like he's not Carl fucking Anthony Towns. And this can be very frustrating, especially if you're a Knicks fan. I've heard Knicks fans complain about this time after time after time, and rightfully so, bro. If you're Karl-Anthony fucking Towns, you can't be out here acting like this. So I'm not really mad at the fact that the Knicks are shopping him around just to see what they can get. Does he get traded? I don't really think so. I can't really see, especially with any of these teams that they're looking at, I can't really see a world where they get something of equal value. I don't know what the Magic have for you, unless you're getting like Paolo. I don't know what the Hornets have for you. I don't think they would get LaMelo. That becomes a very redundant backcourt. I don't know what the Grizzlies have for you unless you're getting Jaren Jackson, but you're not going to get Jaren Jackson because they're going to build around Jaren Jackson. Unless they're like, we'll build around Karl-Anthony Towns, but I think that's kind of dumb. But yeah, this is not surprising for all the reasons I have said. But Knicks, y'all have to buy in. Y'all have to buy into the system that Mike Brown has set and fed you this season because, I mean, shit, it got you the 3rd seed in the NBA. If you got to the 3rd seed, not all the way bought in, imagine if all you guys bought into the system that he has. That's all I'm saying. But that's really all I got. I mean, I went to All-Star. No really real reason to go into the Power Rangers or anything like that. I can't really think of anything too much more notable that happened. But if I missed something, y'all let me know down below in the comments. Like I said earlier, make sure you leave a like on the video. And we're getting close to 800 subscribers. So subscribe to the channel. Please. But that's all I got. Until next time, peace.